Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Sunday. It's Daryl here. It's bright and freaking early, 3:30 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Bright and early. I knew I was going to have to talk about this. Okay, when I do these videos, usually each day I'll restart the video about 3 times until I feel comfortable in front of the camera. And I'll rewatch it. And every day I do that, I could see my emotions. Like if I'm talking about something funny or humorous or goofy, I could see that. If I'm talking about my ex-girlfriend that passed away in Florida from COVID, I could see it in my eyes just in the intro. This morning, it's fear. I could see that I'm uncomfortable, and I am. What am I scared of? Donald J. Trump. Serious. I'll be flat out honest with you guys. I don't hate him. It's hard for me to say that because there's a thin line, if there's any line, between hate and fear. I fear him. I truly fear him. When I watch these rallies, and look, if the election had been stolen, I've told you guys, I was an independent. I voted Republican. I voted Democrat. I'm no Joe Biden super fan or anything. The reason I like Joe Biden is because he got Donald Trump out of office. I'm not dedicated to him. I'm not going to put bumper stickers on my car or flags or anything like that. I probably wouldn't do that with any politician. I don't hero worship. The closest thing I get to hero worship would probably be Bo the Fifth Column. And I use him as more of a mentor. I didn't plan on saying that. Okay. Like I said, I don't hate Republican politics. I look at him and I wonder, I like my own family, I don't understand. I watch him talk, his vocalization, the way he speaks, the things he talks about. Like I was saying, if I thought for 1 second that the election was stolen, that Joe Biden stole this election, I would talk about it here. I would talk about it. I would not be good with it. I know the election was not stolen. I know it wasn't. There is no proof. This is what scares me. So last night at this rally, inside, outside, there's one moment especially, I'll have the links all to all this down below. There's one moment where Trump's talking about, through the whole 2 hours, that's basically what he just kept going back to. He won. Biggest crime of the century. This was stolen from them. The flags that say 2024 Revenge Tour. That is the stuff that scares me. If I thought for 1 second, I want to know the truth. I don't want to be bold. I don't want my eyes covered over. I look, you guys know for a fact, I look at all the different corners of the internet. I've told you guys, every day I go to the conservative pages. I want to know the truth. And the truth is, this election was not stolen. This man is lying. He's not a politician. When I watched the rally last night, just the clips of it, this guy isn't a politician. This guy is a official, bona fide cult leader. When I look at the vain, narcissistic, there's a side clip of him, and his face is just so brown as usual, with the white patches where the suntan things go over his eyes. And I watch him speak about himself. I ask myself, how do people fall for this guy? How? It scares me. Okay. So a lot of times I look at the crowd because I don't get it, man. I don't understand who would fall for this. This man is lying. And it scares me if he gets back in power, because then, like last night, he uses fear, like the whole critical race theory. Your children are being indoctrinated, and the whole LGBTQ thing. It's not about children being indoctrinated. It's just people being comfortable in their skin. Sure, I ask questions. You guys have seen that with the video I did about the swimmer. I am totally supportive of the LGBTQ community, but I ask questions. I ask questions of everybody, of the right, of the left. I want to know the truth. I know there's people that offended that. I even asked questions about the transgender swimmer. I can't remember the name offhand. But that's what I do, and I'm glad I do that. All right, so I look at the crowd, and there's a couple of moments, like one moment, where Trump talks about how he won the first time, and he won the second time even bigger. And it's just lies, just pure lies. And these people believe it. They started chanting, and I'll have the clip of this down below. Trump won, Trump won, Trump won. And it's reminded me of Lord of the Flies. There's an article that talks about that. It's just this animalistic thing. And like I said, and then you see these flags waving with the revenge tour, and it's dystopian. It's Orwellian, man. It scares me. So I look at the crowd, and I'm asking myself, what kind of people are in this crowd? Right? So I scan the entire crowd, and it's all, to me, it reminds me of the in crowd in high school. It's about the same age, all the same clothes, the denim jackets, those Carhartt jackets, I'm a hard working man. And they all dress alike, they all look alike, they're all the same age. As usual, right behind Donald Trump, I'm not saying this to be an ass, I saw one black face. And I looked through several, I don't know, probably almost a dozen video clips. One black face. The rest were all identical men and women. Just Caucasian, same age. And it reminded me of that in crowd from high school. And I start to get this picture of how those people used to rule in high school. And I remember back then, there was like one or two gay people that were in that in crowd. There's one or two African American people. Granted, in my high school, Watertown, Connecticut, 84, there was I shouldn't have given that away. There was only, I don't know, maybe 5 African American people in my class at the time. But and it just seems the same. It's this in crowd. And you see that after high school, these people kind of fade. They get into their 9-to-5 jobs, their families, and it's just like, I don't know what it is, but this attraction to Donald Trump, and it's like, it just seems like it's power again for them, like a cult. I wasn't part of that. I mean, I wasn't an outcast, but I wasn't in the in crowd either. An example, Trump talks about, he makes fun of somebody's name again. You won't hear me making fun of somebody's name on this channel. I don't do that. It is juvenile. People are born with the name they're born with. Potter, pothead, pot face. You're born with your name, and to make fun of somebody's name, it's completely a juvenile thing. It's nothing anybody can control. And it's just a way to demean somebody. And Trump, that's all Trump does. Last night, there's a Swedish politician, I think he's Swedish, and his name is spelled Meijer. And Trump does like 5 minutes on this. What kind of name is that? They said it's pronounced Meyer. How do you pronounce that? What a weird name. Yeah, it should be Major, And I just watch this. And that's one of those moments where I don't understand how these grown adults can laugh and just think this guy's the greatest. Because I don't get it, man. It's just, it takes me back to high school again, and this bully, this cult leader being worshipped. So Trump talks about this other politician, Jeff Fortenberry. Now, Jeff Fortenberry is going to jail. He got $20,000, $30,000 election fraud. He's going to jail. So Trump talked about him last night, and it's a funny thing. Jeff Fortenberry was in the news because somebody put up a sign in his hometown that said Jeff Fartenberry. And he actually had his people threaten. He was very upset that his name was made fun of. And I'll see if I can find that article. So anyway, last night Trump talks about this guy who's now no longer in office, and I think he's a congressman, and he's going to jail. And Trump says he just stole a little. He didn't even know about the money. He didn't know about this. It was a small amount of money, like in the thousands, 20,000. $20,000, man. I've been trying to save up $20,000 for about 15 years so I could put a down payment on a house. And that's just, that's an insignificant amount of money. And then he's just making excuses for this guy. He didn't know about the money, and yet he's making up these false accusations about stolen votes. Okay, here's the best part. Stick with me here. Outside, they're interviewing people. And, granted, maybe they try to find the wingnuts. Maybe they do. But, oh my God, do they find them? This one lady, Trump supporter, she starts telling everybody, I believe, this clip will be right at the top. She's saying the election was stolen, but it gets better. She starts talking about how it's gonna be on TV. The military, there's gonna be martial law, and she's saying this with authority. There's gonna be martial law. There's gonna be tribunals. There's gonna be telecasts. We're gonna have to watch this. It's gonna be televised, 8 hours on, 8 hours off for 7 days. And there's gonna be hearings and tribunals, and people are gonna, beheadings. No, she didn't say beheadings, but it sounded like that would be great. That'd be just peachy with her. She says 8 hours on and 8 hours off. And I'm thinking, there's 24 hours in a day. So I don't know if this lady is saying that it's going to run 8 hours, in 8 hour increments unevenly through 7 days, or if she just thinks there's 8 and 8 hours in a day, 16 hours, if she just doesn't understand that there's 24 hours a day. The clip will be right down below. Wait, it gets better. She starts talking about the Space Force. The Space Force watched this election and they didn't do anything, and the stolen votes. And Trump has the evidence. He has all the evidence. And there's 500, maybe 500,000 testimonials, or what's it called? It's all document. 500,000 of these things. And it's all going to come to light, and we're going to have to watch it on TV, and this is going to happen. And he's going to be reinstated. And, this is no joke, man. She believes this, right? So when I first saw this, I saw this video clip first, and I thought she was exaggerating. And then I goes to inside, and you hear these people going, Trump won. And it just scares the hell out of me. I can't believe I ran this long already. All right, I got to cut it there. The clips will be down below. God help us if Donald Trump wins in 2024. You guys have a good Sunday.